So where does it record to? Is it recording to your phone?
So the video's on my phone.
Yeah.
And then the sound goes to here. So I don't post the video. I just use the video for clips.
Yeah.
And I just post the audio.
Yeah.
So
That's better.
yeah, it's easier. It's
100%.
way less time consuming. Cause I was like, how could I do this and not just be like
There's
hours
an app for that.
editing? Yeah.
There's like that Riverside app does it. Eh?
That's what I use.
Oh, because it does it auto clips it, doesn't it? Like if you give them the video?
Yeah, it would. I think.
Okay.
I just I'm so not tech like I'm like
But and yet you figured out how to connect a bunch of XLR cables to a soundboard and
like,
record it. So
I'm like when I first started this, like I bought stuff, I bought the soundboard because I was talking about doing it for so long, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. And it's like whatever. And then I just took a picture of the equipment, the program, and the soundboard, and then I put it onto ChatGPT. And so I'm doing this for a podcast. How do I make it sound good? And it just told me exactly where to put all the dials to. So I just copied each dial, turned it to where it told me to, and then got different mics eventually. And like
I use ChatGPT for all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like for problem solving. It's basically Google on steroids. So it's like it just makes it faster.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
So
it's funny because you messaged me. I literally sat down. I'm like, I need to make a TikTok. And I sat down and I'm like thinking about what I want to talk about. I'm like, I know what I want to talk about. I'm just trying to figure it out in my head. And then I get this message pop up and I'm like, fuck, I totally forgot about that.
It's all right.
It's how it goes sometimes.
My life revolves around my calendar on my phone.
Yeah.
So if it's not in my calendar,
I'm the same way, and I didn't put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
Is what happened. I'm in summer mode, and summer mode, it's bad.
Yeah.
So
it's fine. But like before we get into it, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Are you recording now?
Yeah, it's going. It's been going for 3 minutes in.
There you go. Okay.
Just who you are, what you're about, and where you're from, and just a quick, brief introduction.
Well, I'm Frank Collins. Where am I from? Here and all other places, I guess. But like I've been around. I wasn't born here, but I've lived here my whole life in Saskatoon. So this is home. What am I about? Another $1 million question.
Yeah.
Does anybody have an answer to that? Really? I don't know. I don't know what I'm about. I'm about figuring out what's coming in front of me. Navigating whatever. Can I swear on this podcast?
Oh yeah.
Navigating whatever dumb fuckery happens to like land in front of me.
Okay.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so yeah.
You're like somebody who tries many things. You're very
ADHD is a hell of a drug. You're talking about that other person earlier that's like creative and going in a million different directions, and that's what it's like having ADHD. I've had it my whole life, and I think it's a superpower, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't know how to manage it, and require drugs or stuff like that to assist with it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But I think it's a superpower. It allows you to task switch quickly, move from thing to thing. As long as you understand and you can be aware of when you are getting red ballooned, I call it, distracted by something and onto that. You need to be able to course correct and go back to what you're doing. But it's awesome to be able to go in 6 different directions at once sometimes.
right.
And not feel like that's necessarily overwhelming. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just, you're just in go mode.
So how do you 'cause I know for me, my issue is self-awareness, I think. I'm not that good at it. I'm good at like being aware of everything that's happening around me. And I'm good at like adapting and like figuring things out. But like my own personal self awareness, I lack because I need people around me to tell me like, Cole, you need to settle down here. Like I need that because like for one, I forgive myself easily, and I move on quickly.
Yeah.
So like I just need people to be there. But like, how do you course correct on your own?
That's a good question. I never really thought about it. How do I do it? It just happens. I don't know. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you have a constant inner monologue that's going all the time?
I don't.
See, maybe that's what it is because I do. I have like a conversation with myself going constantly in the
Mm,
background. That's that's telling me, that thing that you said was stupid just now, or that thing that you just did maybe wasn't the best life choice. Or, maybe don't do that thing because it might result in these. That monologue is
mm,
going constantly in my head. Um, so that I think is what helps. It helps with being self-aware because it's like a second voice. It's like analyzing everything that I'm doing. So I catch myself sometimes having that conversation with myself. It's hilarious when you observe it, when you're like, I'm doing it again. I'm having that whole conversation with myself, and everybody else in the world is completely oblivious to it.
right.
But I think that is definitely a useful thing to be able to help with self-awareness, um, particularly when you're dealing with things like ADHD as well. It helps. It was a strange realization to understand that not everybody has
Hmm.
that not everybody has that second voice in their head that's talking things through, um, like many other realizations.
Yeah.
When you realize that not everybody perceives the world the
Right.
same way that you do,
Yeah.
it's sometimes it's like, really? Like, some people can't picture an apple. They just can't. They can't think of an apple in their mind and visualize what an apple looks like. Like, I'm sitting here painting a Monet in my brain right now,
Right.
and the apple is there and all the colors are starting to form for this painting, but some people can't even visualize the apple.
Hmm.
That's a crazy thing to me, but it's a realistic thing, right? Like, I think there's, like, a significant amount of the population can't do that. Same thing with the inner monologue. Um, it's just that, like, brains work different, and every human being perceives this world that we live in different, which is maybe why there's so much dumb fuckery.
It's interesting that you say that because I've had this conversation with Demi
Mm,
because her being very creative, she'll send me something she's designing a logo, and then she'll ask me like, "What do you think I could add to this or change it?" And I was like, this is all I can see now. Like
right,
I can't add to this in my head. Like
right,
what you sent me is now what I see, and
right.
it's like I'm not able to
Can you
just.
picture the apple?
I think I could picture an apple. Yes.
Right? But I had to ask the
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, maybe, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a thing, right? That creative, visualization, you can maybe visualize what you see, but can you visualize what you see modified? I don't know, right? Like,
Right.
and every mind is different with that. Um, Talking about, like, earlier, why I was late, this landscaping thing with my kids, I'm good at it,
Mm,
so I'm trying to teach them all the skills that go into being able to manage a project, right? Um, because, laying sod, for example, isn't just as simple as ordering some rolls on the internet. They show up at your driveway and you just roll it out and you have sod. There's pieces, right? There's things that you have to do first. You have to follow the steps, if you will. But in order to even do that, you have to first visualize how that space is going to look. How if I do this, what's this going to look like?
right.
What are the factors that I have to consider when designing this person's yard, for example? Um, and for me, it comes easy, but I have to teach the kids how to not just visualize it and have the idea, how to execute on it as well, how to plan for it, how to do things like budget the
Mm.
costs of things, you know? Um,
When
it's
you
been
when
fun.
you go into a backyard, you could see it laid out how you want it.
Totally.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can see exactly where everything needs to be. I can see,
Mhm.
where I need to draw lines and change things and move it around. And then I can visualize that. I can communicate that visualization to a customer as well.
Right.
Here's how I'm going to change your backyard. Here's how it's going to look, and then they can kind of start to see it. Um, but then once you've done that part, now you got to figure out, okay, all these things that I visualized, what are the steps that have to happen to make that work? Um, and then what are the costs involved? If I need to plan for different types of soils, gravel, base gravel, or topsoil, or crusher rock, whatever. You have to plan for all these different things. What are those going to cost? How much time does it take to deal with that? Um, yeah. So the idea was to give my kids a job for the summer, cutting grass and weeding gardens, and it just kind of evolved very quickly into something else. Um, yeah,
Giving yourself a job for the summer.
100%, 100%. My wife said that to me. She's like, I was talking the other day how I'm like, I'm tired. Like I'm working my butt off, running 3 different businesses,
Yeah.
and I'm tired. And she's like, well, you did it to yourself. And I can't really argue with her. Like that's facts right there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but it's fun. I enjoy it. It's uh, it's a nice counterbalance to the other things that I do because as you need a physical outlet for things,
Right.
right? And I've spent so much of the last few years dealing with injury after injury, it seems. And this one, it's a thing that I can do that I'm not at risk necessarily of injuring myself again, but I'm moving, I'm picking
Mhm.
things up and putting them down, just not in a weight room.
Right.
Um, and it's good for my body, good for my mind. Be outside, be working with my kids, wanting to strangle them sometimes, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how that goes.
How old are they now?
12 and 17.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12-year-old is
Mm,
easy. The 17-year-old, he challenges me on a day-to-day basis.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You'll get
Fun.
you'll get there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just picturing Royce and Ronan right now.
Yeah.
Because Royce is like such a chill kid. And even though Ronan's just a baby, I can tell he's not gonna be chill. Like Royce would just lay there and just chill. We could just hand him to people, he'd be cool.
Do you
Ronan's just
know
like always like arch
so
back.
here's the funny thing with that though. My oldest was super chill as a baby.
Mm,
He is he tests my resolve daily as a teenager, right? Completely different kid throughout he's evolved into a different beast, right? My youngest started out as we called him the tornado when he was little because he was just like you could not leave him unattended. Everything would be destroyed. You had to keep your eye on him at all times. He was just a going concern. Didn't sit still, hardly slept, and was just constantly busy. But he's now the one that's like way more predictable and easy to deal with as he's turning
mm,
into a teenager. So you might see that
yeah,
personality flip. Yeah, it's a trip, man.
yeah. It's exciting. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Well, just like this conversation, like talking about realizing that everybody sees the world different. As much as I want them to see the world how I see it,
Right.
I have to always take a step back, deep breath. They don't see the world the same way that I do. And
Right.
so when I do want to strangle them, pause, remember they're their own human being with their own set of agendas, their own hopes and dreams,
Mm,
um, and their own like rules for themselves, right? Like they have to abide by our rules, but they do have their own rules, right? So it's
yeah.
a daily challenge.
That's a it's a it's so interesting because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like my kids are so young. They're so impressionable,
But how old is
right? They're
Royce?
3.
He's close. He's close to being like his own little human,
Right.
right? He's not there yet. He's still very dependent on you guys and
Yeah. But you could tell he wants independence.
yes, but his
R
his ability to like thought process isn't there yet.
Right.
Close.
Yeah.
It's around 5 when that happens, right? That they're literally their own little humans. That's why they go off to grade school and stuff like that around that age.
Yeah, and
'Cause
that's where I'm like, cause it's like a balance of like obviously my wife and I have these values and we have these, the our lifestyle is a certain way, you know, and then it's like these kids are gonna be in that value system and lifestyle till for the next, you know, 15 years.
can I tell you a scary truth?
I
Doesn't
don't
fucking
know.
matter.
Okay, yeah,
They're gonna do their own thing, man. And
right,
whatever value system that you live by, hopefully some of it rubs off,
right.
but there's like 0 guarantee and like 90% chance that none of it sticks. And
Yeah.
they've got to write that book themselves. That's the hard lesson that we're learning with our 17-year-old is we have our own value system, my wife and I, our own way of making sense of the world, whatever, how we want to interact with that world, how we want to um, present ourselves to that world. Um, and he does his own thing,
Mm,
regardless of however we've raised him. He's living his own life, and
right.
it's really hard sometimes to just accept that yes, I raised this person, but they are their own person, and I have
Mhm.
to just let them write their own rules, write their own book.
So do you just, I guess, offer perspective and
Absolutely, and sometimes you
guidance
get
and
punched in the lips for it.
yeah.
You know, not literally, but that their reaction is whatever it's going to be. Yes, you can give them feedback. Yes, you can give direction, whatever. Um, but it's not on us whether they're going to accept it,
Right,
right? I could give you all the advice in the world, and it's entirely on you whether what pieces of that you want to take with you.
right.
And it's so much harder though when it's your own kid,
Yeah,
because you just expect that they would follow your rules or
right.
your value system, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That I just I guess that's the relationship I wanna build with my kids is to know that they can come to me,
Yes, that's
you
the
know?
biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
there are
I'm not gonna, like, fly off that like,
yeah,
no matter what you did, we can talk about it. Like, it's not
yeah,
gonna be like, "You did what?" You know? It's just
yeah.
which is like
I will admit there was a line that was crossed that he crossed, and I was very blunt with him. You've crossed the line,
Mm,
and the situation, our relationship changes if you want to actually cross that line for real. Like you're suggesting that you're going to cross that line. If you cross that line for real, our relationship changes drastically in an instant.
right.
So be very mindful of the next step and the next word that comes out of your mouth. Um, and that's a thing that you have to, that's a place you come to, I guess, with kids is you have that moment, I think. And yeah, he definitely course corrected
Yeah.
because there was no joke.
Right.
Yeah. It was like, it's the only time my wife has ever told me to like calm down and relax. And I
Mm,
was like, no, absolutely not. There's no calming down and relaxing here. This is a hard line that
right.
if it gets crossed, there's no coming back from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get there. Are you looking forward to it
Those
yet?
those are the situations I think about. I'm just like the things that I think of 'cause I'm naturally a calm person. I'm
I've noticed
naturally
this over the years. Yes.
yeah. So but then they're like so I think about the moments in my life I have flown off the rails, like whether I was, you
Have you
know,
ever been angry, Cole? I've never seen you angry ever,
you know,
or even frustrated for that matter.
in these are the moments when it's like the times I can remember. Like one of the more recent times was maybe somebody like disrespected Demi.
Mm, yeah.
You know, uh so then like I think about that like what if one of my kids, like, am I gonna like freak out? I ended because I ended up slapping the guy. You know, but it's like, so it's just like I think about that, and then I think about my family too, because other times I've gotten mad or frustrated was like with close family, right? Where you have like these expectations that you wouldn't have for anyone else
Yeah.
on the planet. If someone else did that, you wouldn't care because it doesn't affect your life or
Yeah.
your family's life. But because they're
100%.
close to you, it's like, why are you acting like this? So,
There's a different set of expectations for your kids versus even your immediate family,
mhm,
um, your extended family. Like you have different expectations, excuse me, for those people than you'd have for just some random person.
right.
Even for me, your expectations for me would be vastly different than your expectations for your brother, assuming you have one. Do you have a brother?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, yeah, I do too. Huge. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's interesting how that all that stuff kind of plays out.
Yeah. How long have I known you?
A long time, long enough. I want to say 15 years.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
2011-ish.
Yeah, because it's been what? Oh man, I want to say yeah. I'm gonna say that's about right. About 15, 16 years, something like that. Yeah,
You started by punching each other in the face.
I was 29 years old when I started at Shears. So I'm 46 now. So that's 17 years I've been at Shears. I don't know if you were there from day one when I was there or not, but yeah,
Yeah. Probably not day one,
yeah.
but I remember
So
you
yeah,
were
I would
always
say like
there.
15 or
You were
16
always
years then.
there.
I was always there. Man, but damn near lived at that place. I go to now. I see the next generation of guys coming through there and have trained with some of them and stuff like that. It's pretty. It's weird being like the really old guy now. Like before, I was the old guy because I was in
Yeah.
my 30s. Now I'm the really old guy. I show up, I'm like fucking grandpa almost. It's it's something.
Yeah.
Um, but I still love it, man. I still love and going in and getting on the jiu-jitsu mats.
Mm,
Um, I really love Muay Thai like so much, man. I can't even tell you how much that sport is a part of me. But and I don't know if this is for other people, but for me, I've reached a point where I don't know if I can physically take the punishment that it deals out sometimes, and I can't do the light stuff. Like my mind wants to go, I wanna spar. I don't wanna hit a bag. That's boring. I wanna spar. And I also don't wanna spar like doop, doop, doop,
right.
I wanna like this have let's actually like hit each other a little bit at least,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And so I'll go and spar, but I'll spar with guys that are significantly younger and fitter than I am, and you pay a price for that. There's no question. You don't forget how to do it. That's the best part,
Right.
is you go and step on when I was there's an 8-year gap from when I stopped training on the fight team to going back and sparring for the first time again, 8 years. And I was legitimately concerned. I'm like, "Am I gonna even know how to throw a punch? I don't know. I haven't done it in so long. I don't know if I'll do it." And it's like riding a bike. You don't
Mm,
forget.
yeah.
Like 30 seconds in and you're like, "Okay, we're back." Everything feels good. The gas tank is empty. I've only got about a minute and a half where I gas out, but I'm there.
Yeah.
All the
Getting out of the car when you get home is a little slower.
yeah, yeah. But even that comes back quick, like jujitsu too. Like jujitsu, like really kicks your ass because it's constant, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't move out of the fight, if you will, and take a breather. You're always in it. You're engaged entirely physically, and it comes back quicker than you'd think.
How
Couple weeks.
often do you do
I haven't
jujitsu?
been in probably 3 months because I injured myself because I was being stupid.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm ready to go back again. I was just talking to the Muay Thai sensei Dan over there. He's one of the next generation, and Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go back and hit the mat again. Everything's feeling good. Body's working. Nothing's out of place.
Yeah.
So yeah, go back and have some fun.
That's my goal when I'm done boxing
Is
is
jujitsu?
to go hard into jujitsu.
Yeah,
Uh, I probably have like 3, maybe 4 years left of boxing,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna just go
That
hard
sounds about right. Yeah,
to jits and see how that goes.
yeah.
Because even the last time I did jujitsu was at Shears.
I love it, man. Like it's such a
Yeah,
great sport, and it's that. It's the fact that you can. I'm pretty certain that you can do jujitsu until you're like in your 70s.
yeah,
I think that that's
that's
a
my
thing, right?
mindset.
Um, like even at my age, I feel like when I go back, I don't feel out of place. My cardio sucks usually if I've been away for too long. Um, but other than that, like you don't forget the physical skills.
Mm,
You know, even if stuff wasn't your body wasn't feeling quite right, like it doesn't take long for you to get that mobility and that function back. Um, the skills don't leave. They may be a little rusty, but they don't leave. They're still there. You still know how to do everything. Um, and maybe you're just a little craftier. That's the part that I enjoy is that, you know, some of these young guys are way faster, way stronger. But I'm just sneaky, I guess, in my old age. You can pull that out and it's fun.
I think probably too. You're probably doing the technique properly, whereas
Maybe.
when you're newer or more explosive, because you're more explosive, you don't have to do it properly. You know, you can go through it because, like Mike Creedle,
Yeah.
I went out to BC and I went to his gym and I did a class. And watching him do jujitsu, he's like so just slowly doing it. Like he's just he gets people to roll
Yeah.
and he's like that's what proper jujitsu looks like. And he's like, I used to just because
Well,
I could
every young
explode through
guy,
every movement.
absolutely every young guy, every like dude that's got like that youth in him where it's all like strength and explosiveness.
Yeah.
That you almost rely on it too much,
Right.
right? You rely on the fact that I'm just physically stronger than you. And I've known I'm a big guy,
Mm,
but I also know that I'm not necessarily physically stronger than the people that are the same size as me. I never underestimate someone's physical strength, and I also don't rely on my own because I'm like, there's a good chance this other person is going to be stronger than me.
right.
So I can't rely on that. I got to just be crafty and smarter and
Yeah.
think about it, right? And you see it in jiu-jitsu, you see it in Muay Thai, guys that just come wading in and they want to just take your head off. It's like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna pick that leg apart that you keep sticking out every time you come in trying to take my head off. And eventually you're gonna get mad because you can't stand that leg anymore. And now it's my turn. Right? So if you take away that leg and now they can't put weight on it to throw a punch, now the fight's over. Like
Mm,
I'm gonna win. So it's so interesting to see that with younger guys that they're so reliant on their physical ability that they forget about technique or um strategy. Like their strategy to jiu-jitsu. It's like a
right.
chess match, right? It's a chess match with bodies.
Mm,
If I do this, will you take the bait? You
right.
know?
Yeah.
Oh, you took the bait? Cool. Now it's my turn to do something fun. um, and I just love that so much. That part of jiu-jitsu where you can play that chess game.
Do you think it helps kind of going back to like that artistic mind and like being able to see things before they happen? Can you do that
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
combat sports too?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can visualize how this is gonna go. Um and like Muay Thai specifically, I get this a lot in Muay Thai, like the flow state. I don't know if you're familiar with that, where like everything else just disappears and
Mm,
you're 100% in that flow as a athlete or whatever you want to call it. Um, that flow state is so easy to get to in Muay Thai. I just love it. It's like addiction to get to that where everything else is gone and you're just there in the moment and you're moving and you're flowing and you're reacting. It's all like almost instinctual.
right.
Um, Jiu-jitsu definitely you can get there too. You get there with art,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But it happens so easily in Muay Thai. That's, I think, why I love that so much. Is it's so easy to fall into that where you're that voice in the background is gone.
Mm.
I don't have it anymore, and it's so nice to just be able to be and not have that
Yeah.
thing in the background talking to me. Um, you ever seen the movie Last Samurai?
Yeah.
There's that scene where he's on the training field and they have like the wooden swords, and the young Nobutada comes up to the Tom Cruise's character and says, "Too many mind." And he kind of is like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Too many mind. Mind the person, mind the sword, mind the opponent. Too many mind. One mind." And that's totally a thing, right? Like that flow state is when all those other minds, those voices disappear.
Mm.
And you can just flow with whatever's happening. It's awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I just had my pro debut.
Really?
Yeah,
That's exciting.
just a couple months ago, and that's how I felt. I just felt like I was just there in the moment. Things were just happening, and it was like it
How
was
did it go?
cool.
How was
I
your
won.
did it feel good?
Yeah, it was insane. Like the whole experience was insane.
Are you gonna be that
Insane. It was.
it's funny your name's the Sandman. Are you gonna be that sleeper fighter, like that dude that knocked out Anthony Joshua? What was his name?
Ruiz.
Ruiz, the guy that just like out of nowhere, who everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah.
He shows up and like just like completely works over this guy that
Yeah.
everybody thought was the best fighter of his generation. And nothing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was good. It was like honestly, it was cool. Like how much support I had
Yeah,
when I walked out because it was that prairie line and just like kind of just like went nuts. It was loud, but then once the fight started, it was just like it was cool.
that's awesome, dude.
And I feel like that too, even when because even though I can't visualize anything ever, like when I'm fighting, I can. Like I can already, I already know what's gonna happen by like when they throw a jab,
Mm,
like like the movement of their jab. Like I now like I'm already forming a game plan by seeing how they threw their jab.
yeah.
You know, or how they react to me punching at them. You know, like I can just see everything, but like I can't do that anywhere else.
But it's a thing. It's a so you're hitting that flow state though.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love that. By the way, you're a hard guy to box with.
Thank you.
You're one of the only people that I always got frustrated sparring with because I could never figure out your timing.
Mm,
You know, like there was guys that I knew their timing before I even started sparring with them. I knew exactly how their timing was and I knew what I was gonna do. It was almost like it was just I'm gonna have a little bit of fun here because I know exactly what I'm getting into. But with you, never, not one time. I could never figure out your timing or your what how much space I needed to have with you. I could never figure it out. And it was always super frustrating. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta spar with Cole again. Damn it." But it was a good lesson, right?
right. Yeah.
Because you don't learn unless you're challenged, unless someone's pushing you. I could just never figure it out.
I think that is my definitely the best part of my boxing is like my spatial control
100%.
and just like I also have like a really good jab. Like I kind of control
But
like
that's the thing.
the
You have a really good jab, but I also like for me anyway, I don't know if the other people are like this when they spar with you, but I couldn't ever figure out how much range you had with your jab,
right.
right? So that's the biggest part of fighting, I think, is like
Yeah.
knowing what someone's range is and how quickly they can cover that range. Right? If I know how much range you've got and how fast you can cover it, I can plan out my movements to like work with that.
Mm,
But if I can't ever rely on how fast is Cole going to be or how much distance can Cole cover, if I can't rely on those measurements, I guess it's really hard to deal with.
right.
So you're like the one person that I could never figure out when we sparred. Everybody else I could figure them out. Not a single other guy. There's guys that were way more skilled than me, but I could at least figure out their timing so like I'm not going to get punched in the face.
Right.
more than I'm willing to get punched in the face. But with you, I'm like, I'm gonna get punched more than I want, and that's just reality. I just got to accept it. I just got to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice thing that I got good at somewhere,
yeah,
but because I'm not the fastest and I'm not the strongest,
yeah.
but I have this one part of my game that I got really good at, so I can beat people who are faster than me and stronger than me.
Absolutely. And like
Yeah.
the other part of it too is the brake light effect. So when you see when a car in front of you, but before you can see them slowing down, you see the brake lights, right? And the brake lights are what trigger you to hit your brakes and slow down, right? Boxing is just like that. People have brake lights, like a little twitch in their shoulder. You know something's coming,
Mm.
right? You know where it's coming from. You can see how their body moves. But some people hide it really well, and you can't see those brake lights, those things that alert you to what's about to happen. Um, I try to. That was one of the things I always was trying to do, was trying to learn how to throw a punch or a kick or something like that without flashing my brake lights first.
Right.
And some people just come by it naturally. They don't flash any brake lights, and you just all of a sudden they're stopped in front of you, and you're rear ending the guy.
You know where? Okay, like it's hilarious that you say that because I watched a video like so long ago, like right when I was first, maybe I was like 2 years into boxing or kickboxing,
Yeah.
of Michael Jai White teaching Kimbo Slice how to throw a jab
Okay.
without giving any tells. And in the video, he's throwing like this really fast. He's like gets Kimbo to put his hand out, and he's like, "Don't let me punch your hand. Like move it before I punch it." He's going like really fast, and Kimbo's getting away. And then he does one really slow, and he gets it. And he's like, Why did that happen?" And it's because of that.
No brake
When he
lights.
was going fast, he was still like popping that elbow out first. He was doing something before he threw that really fast punch.
Yeah.
And when he went slow, he just went super straight
Yeah.
like that. And then he said, he's like, your brain registers side to side before it registers forward and backwards.
100%.
So ever since I watched that video, I just really got good at not letting there be any side to side and just
And I
going
would do side to
forwards.
side. I would flash brake lights intentionally
Yeah.
sometimes, right? Like, I'm gonna do that, but it's coming here,
Right.
right? So like things like that, just to kind of throw the tell so they think that it's a overhand right coming, and then they get stuck with the jab that kind of pops out because they're seeing the brake light, but it's the wrong brake light. You know,
Yeah.
I put my blinker to turn right, but I actually turned left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. And you're like one of my first like main sparring partners, like
yeah.
we punch each other so many times.
Do you ever think about that? Like, I remember the first time that I ever sparred with somebody. I'm trying to remember what his name is right now. Williams is his last name. Eric,
Eric
thank you, Eric
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah.
Uh, he's still there, by the way.
Yeah, I
Always,
know. I
always
see his
training
video is
boxing.
posting.
Yeah. Um, Eric is the first person that I ever sparred with, and I remember getting the first time I ever got kicked in the leg. I thought, I can't do this. What the hell am I doing here? This is the stupidest thing I've ever chose to do. Like, I don't know if that leg will ever work again properly. Yeah, after getting kicked in it, and after a while, it doesn't really hurt
Mm,
anymore. Same thing with getting punched in the face. The first time you get punched in the face, and your eyes are watering, your nose is watering, and you're like, I can't even think. And then after a while, like you get punched in the face, and you're like, okay,
yeah. It just
it's a weird
is.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you also realize that you have fun with these other people who you go and hang out with, and you punch each other in the face for a while. And then you meet people on the street one day, and you're with somebody, and you're like, you're talking to this person, like, hey, this is so and so. We used to punch each other in the face for fun. It's a thing, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So many times I've had those conversations. Yeah,
It's funny, like getting my newer boxers and people who want to spar. and explaining to them like a part of boxing is getting good at taking a punch.
Yeah.
It's like you're not like you're putting your hand between the punch. You're
Yeah.
still getting punched.
Yeah.
You're still gonna feel the shock of the punch go through your body. Like this little hand isn't taking away from this 200-pound human that's throwing as hard as they can at you. It's just like you're bracing for it. So
Yeah.
you're still getting punched.
Yeah.
And then you're like eventually gonna be okay with that.
100%. You have to be okay with that fact that it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to a point where it doesn't hurt as much, or you're just used to it. I don't know. But you also have to get okay with getting rid of the fear,
Yeah.
right? The fear of it. That's such a big one, right? The people that do that. I coach football now, right? So like everything from like the little guys all the way up to high school. So like coaching high school football, you still see it in these kids that are in the prime of their athletic career for football. And they still have that flinch reaction, that hesitation. And that's the biggest thing to try to teach out of those kinds of athletes when you're in a football, like a contact sport like that, or uh, jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, whatever, boxing, is to try to teach people how to get rid of those instincts that serve a purpose, but maybe you don't
Right.
need them anymore
Yeah.
as much.
It's like nature doing its thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to be getting hit in the head.
Right. Well, and I don't know if you remember this, but I remember that when I got knocked out by Tyler Weirin in training, and that changed me, man.
Right.
I'd never been knocked out before. I shouldn't say that. I got knocked out once, like when I was a teenager, playing a sport where I just, in football actually got knocked out. But that was my first time ever getting knocked out from anybody in combat sports. And it changed me. I used to just like, I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to, I can wade into this. I'm going to take some abuse, but it's fine. I'm going to take that abuse and I'm going to get where I want to be. And then I can do what I want to do. And I just threw caution to the wind because I didn't care. And that one changed me because I'm like, damn, I can actually get knocked out. That's actually a thing. Now I got to be a little smarter. I'm not going to just wade into the danger zone with throw caution to the wind. I got to be a little more intelligent about how I go about this. It changed how I approached Muay Thai for sure. Yeah.
That's was that when I was training there that happened?
Might have been. I don't remember it. So
Yeah.
I don't remember who was there. I know all I remember is I know it was Tyler Weirin because that's what people told me after the fact.
Okay.
The last thing I remember was like the sensation of like hitting the ground.
Mm.
And from what I've been told, I got right back up again and kept sparring with him, and then with everybody else. Finished the training session, and then I started to come to when I was walking out to my car.
Crazy.
And I was
What
like,
the
where the
heck?
fuck am I? I'm like, I don't know where I am. What's all this? Why am I sweaty? Like, what's going on?
Really?
No idea. No
What
idea.
the?
And then I'm standing there with my gym bag in my hand. I'm like, I don't know which car is mine. So I keys are in my pocket. Oh, that one's the one that the lights flicked on. So I went and sat in the car, and I'm like, I have absolutely no idea where I live. And it took me a while. I had to sit there for a while and just think about it. And eventually what I did is I just started driving. And I'm like, I think I could figure out the car. Maybe I can just figure out where I got to go. And I did. I got home and I went and sat on the couch and did not recognize my wife. And I'm like, I know this is my home. This is where I'm supposed to, she's talking to me. I'm not responding because I'm like, I don't know who you are yet. And it was wild, man. It took a while. It was like a good day before I kind of, everything was coming back together. Texted a few people like, what happened? Do you guys remember what happened? Because I don't remember. And it was like a week before I could remember the password for my computer.
What the heck?
Yeah, it messed with me. He got me good. But the weird part was I literally hit the ground and got right back up.
Right.
Didn't even Like, it wasn't like I laid there and you see the guys in the UFC where they get knocked out and they go stiff or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not at all.
It's
Like,
just like a kind of like off
I go
on
off on, yeah. But it was like a hard
reboot.
reset for my brain.
Yeah. That's wild.
It messed
Did
with
that
me.
freak you out though?
It totally freaked me out. And I was like, did I just like create permanent damage in my brain?
Right.
That was my fear, right? I'm like, did I seriously just damage things? And I know that I did have a little bit of a speech slur after that for a little bit. So yeah, it freaked me out. It freaked me out.
Did anyone tell you what you got caught with?
Spinning back fist.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Spinning back fist caught me right in the lip and lights out for at least a second, or like a moment, right? Long enough that I hit the ground and then right back up. But yeah, spinning back fist. Tyler Weirin got me.
I want to say it was
It's the only person, the only human being to ever knock me out in a sparring match or a fight or anything.
I remember someone else got knocked out at Shears from a head kick. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
It was the last time I ever seen that guy. He never
Really?
came back.
No, I got knocked out from the spinning back fist and I got choked out one time.
Oh yeah,
one time. But I don't remember the guy's name. But he got me with a bomb flu
holy
counter. And like, I thought I was fine. I'm like, this like nothing.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? What I didn't know the move at the time. I'm like, what's this weird move that this guy's doing? And I'm like, I feel fine. I'm gonna continue to work. I know where I gotta go to get out of here. And next thing I know, I'm waking up with my feet in the air, and Troy's sitting there laughing. And I'm like, did I just get choked out? And he's like, yeah, you did. And I'm like, I'm so embarrassed right now. I can't believe that this happened. He's like, don't be embarrassed. At least you didn't piss yourself. And I'm like, fair point. And I felt way better after that.
Man, I've gotten choked out before. And I had the exact same thing happen. I felt like I was fine. And I woke up with Troy with my feet in the air.
It's a thing, right? And you're like, what, why am I here? I'm having a great nap. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Like, I know who it was. It was Mike Credo. Guillotine choke.
Yeah.
I felt fine though.
He's good though?
Yeah. And he's really good now.
Good.
Like, he coaches out in BC. And I think 2 or 3 different gyms. Just like a really calm style. Again, how he explains things is really cool.
Yeah.
So I went there and did some kickboxing sparring with the team there. And then he's like, oh, you're staying for jiu-jitsu. I'm like, I've been doing jiu-jitsu since Shears. He's like, you're staying. So then I did. This is my first jiu-jitsu class in freaking how long? It was fun though.
It's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's doing good.
I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we actually did an episode too while I was out there.
Really?
I had my stuff out there, so I was like,
of course you did.
Let's do an episode.
Once you start doing stuff like this, you take it with you.
Yeah. And it's such an easy setup. Laptop, mics, done.
For me, it's even easier with like my social media videos and stuff.
Right.
I just need a phone. I've experimented with like things like a microphone and stuff like that. I have one. Like a little mic that I can use that gets rid of some of the. It's good when you're outside because it cuts out some of the noise. You can't hear all the noise. But I generally just need my phone. As long as I have my phone in my pocket, I'm good. I can make a video.
Yeah.
Come up with an idea and just go.
Yeah. How did that happen? How did you blow up on
completely
TikTok,
by accident? So it was in the pandemic. Like at the start of the pandemic when everyone's like, what the fuck do I do with my time? Right? You end up with like 30 hobbies. Everybody came out of the pandemic with 30 new hobbies, right? But I started pissing around on TikTok, like watching videos. And then I started like, this is kind of goofy and fun. I'll have a little fun with this. And made a couple like stupid thirst trap videos and it was funny. My kids thought it was hilarious. And would do things like videos with motorcycles and stuff like that. There was really no rhyme or reason. And then also during the pandemic, there was just a lot of polarization in the
Right.
world, and that really it really shone all that polarization. The reality that we don't all see things the same way really became very apparent in that time. And there were some things that I saw happening in the world and things that I saw people doing that just that I couldn't just sit by and just watch it. And I've always been outspoken about anything that has to do with social justice or politics or whatever. I've always been very outspoken with it, but I'd never made a video before until that moment. I don't remember what it was. It was something to do with the way that politics were going in the world. And I made this video and it absolutely blew up. I got like 1 million views on this video in like a couple hours, and I had to like turn my phone off and put it away because they was just blowing up. My phone was going
Mm,
crazy, and I'm like, I don't know what happened, but apparently everybody like this. A lot of people had feelings, big feels about this video.
right.
Um, and in that video, I made lots of predictions about how politics were going to run their course over the next like several years, and man, all of it's come true.
Mm,
So I was hitting some nails on the head with that video, and it really blew up. And then from there, I'm like, that wasn't that hard of a video to make. Didn't really it didn't really take a lot of time or preparation. I would just riffed it like off the cuff.
right.
I had a thing I wanted to say and I started to say it. And that's kind of where it started, was just doing that, just talking about whatever I want to talk about. I've gotten much more discerning about how I approach it. I spend a lot of time just like, you're an idiot and I'm going to show you why type of content where I would yeah, rip people apart
Right.
and prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but I realized that that doesn't really do much good.
Mm.
Makes me feel better about maybe I'm smarter than you, I guess, but and it makes people who think the same way that I think about certain topics feel better. Ha, look how you just own that guy.
Right.
But the reality is in that whole discourse, nobody changed their mind. Nobody shifted their point of view. If anything, people got more entrenched in however they think. Right? They doubled down on whatever their worldview is. They didn't shift or listen or anything like that. So I've tried to take a different approach. The last probably year and a half, I've shifted how I approach content. I'm trying to be more mindful,
Mm,
trying to not punch people in the mouth on the internet as much,
right.
and be a little bit more reasoned and logical about it and explain things. So instead of just saying, Donald Trump is stupid or something like that, that's super ineffective. Um, I want to look at maybe a thing that's happened and explain all the processes about how that works. Explain what it is exactly happening, so that maybe people can see it from that perspective, see it for what it is and not necessarily my feelings about it or your feelings about it, but just for what it is and explain the process. And I found that that's way more effective. I can still be, a little tongue in cheek and have
Yeah.
some fun with it.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm trying to be much more factual and uh, educational, I guess, with that content.
Right.
But that takes a lot of work,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because you can't just like come out swinging necessarily. You got to actually think about everything. You got to read a dozen articles to make sure that you're not talking a bunch of bullshit. Um, you've got to back up what you're saying with reality. And if you can't do that, you don't make the video. If I
Mm,
can't do that at this point in the game, I'm not making the video. So that's the journey. But it was a complete accident, man. If I'm being honest, it was a complete accident. Just found out that I was good at something
yeah.
and had a voice on a topic.
And honestly, like I'm not very political.
Fair.
I'm like I do enjoy my thing because I do listen to a lot of political people
Yeah.
on both sides. And then when I listen to debates, when as soon as there's like name calling or I could tell they just don't there's no like conversation going on, it's just like
That's the easy
eye
tactic.
rolling or whatever,
Yes.
then I can't listen to it. So it's very hard for me to find debates to get through that are like civil and they're actually trying to talk the problem out, not at each other. But when
And
I
that's
do
that's the
find those
approach though.
ones,
That's the approach though, Cole. Attack the problem, not the person.
right?
Right. And that
Yeah,
makes sometimes though, here's the catch with that. Sometimes people make the problem, whatever, if you can call it the problem, they make that their identity.
right.
Right. And so
Yes,
they are part of the problem. Right. So it makes it really hard to even talk about a certain thing without personally offending somebody. Right.
yeah,
So that's the challenge, is getting that out of the way.
right,
Um, but you're absolutely right. Like, you have to attack the problem, not the person. The other part of this is, look, you and I cannot see eye to eye. That's okay.
right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Um, I can think that somebody is batshit crazy and still have a conversation with them. A lot of people today can't.
right.
A lot of people, if they don't see eye to eye with somebody, the conversation stops there. There is no
Mhm.
conversation to be had. We're just going to have an argument. If somebody thinks that you're crazy, it's really hard for you to go and have a conversation with that person if they think that you're crazy. Right. So discourse has really shut down across lines all over the place in the world right now. But we have to all take a step back, take a little breath, and realize that we're all just people trying to figure this shit show out. And maybe we can just have a conversation, even though we don't agree.
Right.
Um, that's my philosophy. I can think you're batshit crazy and still love you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's where I'm at too.
yeah.
I 'cause I really enjoy your the content you put out, and I've learned a lot from it
That's what I'm trying to do.
because even like from your perspective, your stance on politics, and then also being a business owner and seeing how you approach that,
Yeah.
like the videos you made on that, I thought were awesome because like I'm like grew up in a capitalist, so
We all
just
have.
like do capitalism, like so to hear like the way you approach everything, I was like, that's cool. Like, it's
Look, we
cool
all live
to
in capitalism,
right.
right? That's a reality that we have to. It doesn't matter what you think,
Yeah,
whether you like capitalism or you don't.
right.
We all live within that system.
Yeah.
We all still have to play the game within that system. Like any sport, if I can use the sport analogy, you can play the game and think that the rules are stupid, right? But you still got to play the game while you're arguing about how the rules should be modified to be different, right? So whatever your sport is, that's the case.
Mm,
You'll hear in soccer, you'll hear people argue about whether VAR ruined the sport. Some people think it's the greatest thing to ever happen to the sport. Either way, you play within the rules that you've got in front of you, and that's how you got to play the game, or you're not in the game at all. Those are your two options, right? Our world is the same way. Capitalism is the game right now. And I say right now because people make shit up all the time.
mhm,
Capitalism is just the latest way that we've decided to govern ourselves
right.
as a society. It's not innate. It's not the only way. It just is the current one, the current iteration of human civilization. Um, we're going to come up with something different. I promise you. There will be a change.
Mhm,
Um, and the new system, whatever it is, will probably be vastly different than this current system. But you're still going to have a set of rules within which you have to play that game, right? So no matter what, however we set up the game, you have to play by whatever the rules are that you've got in front of you. And I think that I can play this game and not throw my ethics out the window
right.
um, while I play that game. I can play that game and still have my own personal integrity um, around how I play that game. So if I think it's unethical to do a certain thing, I can find a way to accommodate that sense within myself while I'm playing the game to the best of my ability within the rules that we have in front of us. Um, so a good example of that is I don't think that it's ethical for me to pay myself astronomically more than I pay the people that work for me. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, like my boys and I, we run this landscaping business. I pay myself the exact same salary that or uh, wage per hour that they get paid. So I don't get extra. We all get the same. Um, and for me, that works better. It shows them that I'm in this the same way that they are. But it also gives them a sense that they've kind of got a little bit of skin in the game, right? If I'm not making money, they're not making money, and it makes it much more equitable in that way. And they also don't have resentment
Right.
in the sense that I work my ass off all day long so that that fucking guy can get rich.
Right.
It's kind of hard to keep people happy when that's the case. When you roll up in a Ferrari and they're all driving Ford Escorts from 1997,
Right.
it's hard to have a real conversation with somebody when there's that inequality. So I try to avoid that.
Yeah.
I have a new business, by the way.
Which one?
I own a cigar company in Dominican Republic.
You? How is it? Awesome?
It's it's the best thing ever.
Okay.
Uh, and it came out of nowhere. There's a major plot twist that happened this past year.
Okay.
Do you want to have a story?
Yeah. I'm like waiting. And like,
Waiting with bated breath. So, the long story short is, man, where do I start in this long story short? There's not even a thing that I can do. Where do I start in this story? The best place to start is in 2017. I found out who my biological dad was.
mm,
Okay. So that's when I found out where I come from, right? Where my genetics come from, blah, blah, blah. And in that, in a very quick cascade of events, met a whole family that I didn't know I had. And turns out I knew who my dad's name. I just could never find the guy. Figured out why. He doesn't live in Canada. He lives in the Dominican Republic. Um, and he has for quite some time. And met this whole family that I have, met my dad, met my brothers and all that. And it was in every way it could be a positive experience. And good. It answered a lot of questions that I had about life in the world. And then last October, he passed away. So in October, I got a call from one of my brothers saying, "Hey, I got usually my brothers don't call me first; they text first. Hey, you got a minute?" And I got a call. I'm like, "That's weird. Why is he calling me?" So I answered the phone, and it was my brother. And I could tell he was shooken up. I'm like, "Dude, what's going on? You don't sound good." And he goes, "Dad died this morning." And I'm like, "Okay." And this was like 2 days after I talked to him.
mm,
He had a heart attack, and um, two of my brothers found him dead, and that was rough and uh, a hard experience for them more than me because he was still a new thing in my life. But it was more the hard part for me was I just started getting to know this guy. Right, I only known him for a few years before he passed away. I've only known my brothers for a few years, and all of a sudden this happens. Um, and I flew down. Myself and one of my brothers lived here in Canada. We flew down to Dominican Republic where my other two brothers were and spent a week together, funeral, all that kind of stuff. And one of the things to come out of it was, what do we do with the business? And I knew that my dad and two of my brothers owned a business down there. And I knew like a cigar business, making cigars. And I never thought anything of it. To be honest with you, that's just like this is what my dad does. My dad and my brothers own a cigar company. That's kind of neat. Never even crossed my mind that I'd ever be a part of it. And even when I was down there, I had no intention of being a part of this business in any way. But we all kind of sat down. My other brothers were like, "We want you to be part of this with us. We want to, bring you into this business and figure it out." And that would have been in October of last year. And then absolute chaos erupted shortly after that because the kind of the anchor point of the business was our dad, and he was gone. And there was like this huge vacuum for who was the guy that runs the business now. We don't know. And everything's chaos. We have no idea what's going on. Some of us live in other countries. How the hell do you even figure this out? And things kind of came to a head in December, and absolute chaos had taken over. And myself and one of my brothers who lived down there decided to fix it. And we kind of stepped up and came to the plate for everybody else and decided to make this company everything it was supposed to be. And the last 6 months have been me and my brother in Dominican Republic spending an obscene amount of time together, talking to each other 50 times a day. My wife jokes that I talk to my brother more than I talk to her, because we're running this business together.
Right.
And it's the most fun that I've ever had in anything. It's a crazy business, absolute chaos. But I love every second of it. And I get to spend time with my brother all the time, you know?
And you
Uh,
go down there quite often?
I've been down a few times since my dad passed. Not nearly as much as I'd like to. It's expensive.
Right.
Takes time. Um, I got stuff going on here that I got to be here for, but I can work from here.
Right.
Um, uh, I'm in the CEO role of that company, and everything that I need to do, I can do from here. And then my brother is the chief operations officer, so he's down there making sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. Um, and it's a good duo. We work well together. We make shit happen. Um, yeah, it's been a wild journey. I learned so much about that business and how it works in the last 6 months that it would make your head spin.
Right.
Not just about cigars themselves. Like I've always enjoyed cigars from time to time. I've always liked them. Um, I've learned an obscene amount since owning a company that makes those things than I would have ever known just smoking cigars. It's awesome. I should have brought one for you actually, but
It's
um,
okay.
um, but so that's been a journey. But like also learning all the ins and outs of how that industry works.
Right.
You talk to some crazy people, man. It's not far off from like being in the narcotics industry. I swear to God, like it's so crazy, uh, how it operates.
Mm.
Um, and had some crazy adventures with it so far too. Like trying to find the perfect tobacco, driving on dirt roads in the middle of nowhere in the mountains in Dominican Republic. Like, where are we even going? Like the map shows that there's a road here, but all I see is like a goat trail on a river.
Right.
But I guess we're gonna keep going forward. Yeah,
Is
it's
it like the business world in Dominican, how does it compare to the business world in Canada?
it's the Wild West.
Right.
Like it's chaos down there. Like here, everything is very rules based,
Yeah.
right? Like there's an order to things. Down there, not so much. It's all very loose. It's all in the gray. There's no black and
Mm.
white.
So
Um,
you are
it's
you
hard in that sense.
do you have like a registered business
Yeah, I have a
and then you
corporation.
just kind of wing it? Or, like, do people check in on you to make sure things are
Yeah, yeah. We have shareholders and everything of that. Like on the paper side of things, it's all very regimented, just like here,
right?
right? But on the operation side of things, it's freaking chaos.
Right. Okay.
So it's just wild, man. Like
Yeah.
lots of stuff. Like people down there can't pay with a credit card. Who has a credit card, right? It's cash or not at all. So
Mm.
like, it's nothing like showing up with 10 grand in your pocket to buy a bunch of tobacco.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that's how things operate down there.
Right.
And that's been really fun, that side of it. It's also been really fun, like the fact that this isn't like operating Sandstar here in Saskatoon. This is a truly international business, right? Like the business operates in Dominican Republic. It's run by people in Canada and the United States. And we sell our product to countries all over the world and people all over the world. So I
Mm.
literally yesterday was on the phone with one of our distributors in Dubai, talking about some different ways
Cool.
that we can shift the how we do business with him because there's a war going on,
Mm.
right? Or next thing you know, we're on the phone with a guy in Amsterdam who wants to order 100 boxes of cigars from us.
Right. So
Things like that.
do you supply stores in other countries?
Everywhere but Canada. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Here, the regulations are so tight on anything tobacco that it's nearly impossible.
I feel like
Um,
the regulations here are like that on most things.
yeah. Except for weed. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
we're okay with that, but
Yeah,
I can't smoke a cigar.
right.
um, yeah, it's funny. Honestly, it's crazy. Like, we're a bunch of Canadians that own this business down in Dominican Republic, and we can't sell our product in Canada.
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
it's so hard. Yeah. It's really easy to sell our product anywhere else in the world except for Canada. Um, yeah. Even other markets that think that they're hard, like they're not as good to get into, that are way easier than here.
mm,
So yeah. So we had a big order go out to the Congo the other day.
that's
Like, that's
cool.
crazy. They were sending cigars to the Congo,
Yeah,
or like I said, Amsterdam, or France, or Moldova, or Ukraine, or
mm,
Lebanon, or all these different places, Dubai. Uh, yeah, had a guy reach out to us the other day about getting our product into Brazil. It's crazy.
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's a cool industry to be in.
and you
Yeah,
truly talk to people all over the world.
yeah,
I barely ever used WhatsApp before this, but now it's like
that's the
my
thing,
primary mode of connection with people,
right?
because it's like the international
Yeah,
tool for communication
through
is WhatsApp.
texting and
Yeah.
yeah,
When you leave Canada, you realize that, like, how we are very specific in our ways of doing things, and most of the places in the rest of the world don't do it the same way we do.
mm,
Yeah, it's interesting.
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
So you're gonna keep your other businesses?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
They've just they're none of my businesses require 100% of my time,
right.
right? So I had to be much more specific about how I structure my time. Um, if I'm gonna be running 3 different businesses, I have to
Yeah,
be specific about my time, being
right.
allocated to each one, where I need to allocate it, um, and then also being mindful of, not burning myself out. I have to be aware of that too. This landscaping thing with my kids is it's a bit much, but it's good to be
Yeah,
physical and be outside. But they needed something. They needed a way to earn money that's not just bank of mom and dad.
right.
Um, so it was a good way to do that for them. Um, and I'm kind of doing 2 things at once there. I'm spending time with my kids, and I'm doing this thing,
Yeah,
right? Um, the My marketing agency kind of runs itself. I have my role that I play there, but my team is good, and they keep that ship running quite well.
mm,
Um, and then the thing down in Dominican Republic, like, I don't have to be on all day with that, right? I'm 20 minutes here, and then I have other things I can do, and then another 20 minutes here, and then other things I
right.
can do. And it's kind of moves like that. And then in there, I figure out, oh, I gotta go and coach football every day from
Right.
3:30 until 8:30, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that gets crazy. Nothing like spending 5 hours a day coaching football.
5 hours a day. That's
Well, I coached because I coached 3 different teams for part of the year, right? So this spring, for example, I coached a 6-a-side Pee Wee team, so like under 13. Uh, and while I was doing that, we had spring camp for high school. So I was
mm,
going to spring camp from 3:30 until 5:30, and then I go home, slam some food really quick, pick up my youngest, and go and coach his 6-a-side team. So it was crazy. But then come the fall, it's I'm coaching junior football at high school, and then I go and help with the senior football at the end of that practice, and then I'm there for both games, so junior games and senior football games, and then I'm also coaching the Pee Wee team
mm.
in the evening after. So, like, Pee Wee doesn't end until like 8 o'clock. So from 3:30 until 8 o'clock, I'm coaching football. September, October, November, baby. Yeah,
This is where your ADHD can come in handy if you
super
can
handy.
use it
But then you're
properly.
just like, you get home, you're like, I don't want to play video games or anything like that.
Right.
Like I'm done. Like I've spent every about a bit of energy I've got on all this stuff.
Right.
Um, it makes it hard for things like jujitsu too. Like I want to go to the gym, but like where do you fit the time
Mm.
in? Somebody needs to come with like a 11 a.m. jujitsu class for people that work weird hours, I guess. There's a business opportunity for you, Cole.
I there's one of the coaches does morning jujitsu.
Like
But
6 a.m. kind of thing.
I don't know his time slots, but
I know they do
because
it modern.
I just do boxing mornings,
I know
so
modern
I see
modern
him there.
like a modern MMA or whatever it's called. They do like an early morning jujitsu class, I think.
Yeah, I went there too for sparring because they spar early some
Yeah.
mornings too.
Is Jesse still doing their
Yeah,
morning sparring?
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Jesse. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Hunter comes and spars with us on Wednesday or tomorrow. So he's like probably my main sparring partner right now. He really helped me get ready for my fight.
He's a good guy.
He's awesome and very like. It'll be interesting to see him getting to that coaching role like down the road
Yeah.
because of how coachable he is. So like to take
Coachability
that,
is such a thing, man.
yeah, definitely.
Especially now that I'm in a coach role, you really come to realize how important that is.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a thing that I'm trying to communicate to my kids, like, how much of an impact it has on your future in a sport. If
Hmm.
you're not coachable, you're gonna struggle. Because you're not gonna learn as much and people aren't gonna want to teach you.
Right.
So you gotta be coachable. You gotta learn to be willing to take what people are throwing at you, take their wisdom. And some people just aren't, they're just not good at it.
Hmm.
But that coachability is a thing. Like I'd rather pick a kid that's coachable and is going to do the job that I asked them to do over a kid who's got like pro level athletic ability.
Yeah.
You got everything it takes to be a superstar, but I'm not going to pick you because I know I can trust that he's going to get the job done,
Yeah.
even though he's not as good as you. And that's a real big thing that you have to learn as a coach is sometimes a superstar isn't the choice.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes Diaz is going to beat Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, man. I it's the truth,
Yeah.
and until you coach, you don't realize that because
100%.
me coaching, man, I learned so many things. Like
I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. I love
yeah,
it, man. Like, it's the best thing ever.
it is. Like
Yeah.
I I never got like that nervous or like excited when I fought. I just liked doing it. When my boxers fight, I'm like freaking out because I have no control, you know?
Yeah.
And I like it. Like I like just seeing them do well and
100%.
figure things out. I had to learn. It's cool too, like learning how to coach. Cause like it took me a while to figure out why I did things that I did. People will be like, "Yeah, but when you spar, you do this. Why do you do that?" And I'm just like, "Why do I do that?"
Right?
So I never really thought about it before. I just did it.
I've really learned how much all the different sports that I've done in my life, uh, translate well into each other. Um, like, I played, uh, football all through high school as a kid, but I also did high school wrestling. And
Mhm.
I didn't realize at the time how much those 2 things complement each other. But then I went on to do, like, boxing and, kung fu, and then I went on to do, like, play soccer,
Mm,
but the skills translate, right? The physical skills still translate from one sport to another. And then you go in and do jujitsu and Muay Thai, right? And then you go into coaching football, and you realize there's, like, this epiphany moment that you realize takedown in jiu-jitsu is the same as a tackle in football. It's the same mechanics. How can I teach these kids how those mechanics work?
right.
And like you just said, you suddenly learn, why did I do that? Why did I move that way? And when you can start to dissect that and then you can show somebody, that's cool. And
Definitely.
it feels so good to like be able to show them and suddenly they when they pick it up and they can do it and you see them take what you just taught them and put it into action,
Mm.
it's such an awesome thing.
Yeah. The This Eric Wilson, he coaches at at Alliance. Uh, just like his ability to explain things
Yeah.
is he does such a good job of like helping you visualize what he's saying.
Yeah.
So sometimes like when I'm coaching and I'm like I could just see it's not registering. Like I'll just call him. I'm like, Eric, come explain this. And he'll just do it in a way that's just like I'm like,
But that's part of it, right?
tell me to
Coaching,
do that.
part of coaching is understanding how to communicate what you want somebody to do in a way that's so simple that they can't not understand it.
Right.
Like a takedown, for example. What's an easy way to explain a takedown? Break, like compress yourself like you're a spring getting ready to explode, right? So you're getting low. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap up some legs, football or jiu-jitsu, whatever. But then you're going to put ear to ass cheek and you're going to drive that into the ground, right?
Mm,
When you explain it like that, ear to ass cheek, all the kids giggle,
right.
but they never forget it, right? And
Yeah.
now every time they go for a tackle, they're putting ear to ass cheek and they're trying to drive it into the ground.
Yeah.
Even if they get the rest of it wrong, even if they didn't get the wrap weight right or they didn't break down far enough to get low enough, they're still trying to put that to that and then put
Mhm.
them both into the ground. Um, but it's the same mechanic that you'd see in jiu-jitsu or wrestling or football. But when you can communicate it really simply like that, put this there and then put them both over there,
Right.
it's so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. But
That's what I
I didn't think that I'd love it. I really didn't. I coached like a little kid's like grade 2 flag football years ago. And it was arguably the worst experience of my adult life. I absolutely hated it. I'm like, I will never do this again, ever. And then years later, I went and took my son to his first tackle football practice. I had no intention of coaching, but they're like, "We need a coach. Do you want to coach?" And I'm like, "Fine, I'll do it." And so I started coaching, and all of a sudden I find that I'm really enjoying it because they were different. Their kids were old enough that they weren't just like a bunch of like chaos gremlins.
Mm,
They were actually focused on a job. And they wanted to do it. They just needed somebody to tell them how. Um, and it was a whole different experience. And then suddenly, years later, you're walking down the street and someone's like, "Hey, coach,"
right.
and you're like, "Who is that man with the beard that I coached when he was not a man with a beard?"
Yeah.
Um, and now at high school level, uh, the craziest thing, man, I'm coaching side by side with the guy who coached me 30 some years ago.
Wild.
So my coach is now the guy that I'm coaching beside, and that's awesome.
That is
You know,
cool.
that's really cool. Yeah. So
I know that I really don't enjoy coaching people who aren't there to be coached.
totally.
Whether it's like they're just too young to comprehend what I'm coaching, or they're there just for fitness.
Or they're
Like
there to,
both of those things,
but then
I'm
you got
not that interested
the
in.
one that I hate more than anything is the one that thinks that they're entitled to be better than everybody else. That's
Mm,
the one that I hate more than any of them. Is the kid that shows up. What I don't care what sport it is, whether it's jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or football or baseball, I don't care. But when you come and you think I am going to be better than everybody else, and I am better than everybody else,
right,
that's the one that I can't stand. I can't stand it because that person, you cannot coach them.
right.
They aren't going to listen to anything you say because in the back of their mind, they think that they know more than you do.
Hmm. And the
And
stuff
yeah,
they're doing is working because they're doing it against people that are just learning.
either they're
So,
just learning or maybe they do have like really good natural ability, right? Maybe they could be exceptional at that sport, but they're never going to be
right.
because they think they are the center of the universe in that sport and everybody else is just a secondary player to them.
Mm,
And because of that, they're uncoachable and nobody else wants to participate with them either. I don't know if you've run into people like that, but I
yeah,
certainly have.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And especially in combat sports, because you get the guys that come in that are like, I'm here to just prove to everybody how tough I am.
Yeah.
And the reality of combat sports is like nobody gives a flying fuck how tough you are.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm here to enjoy myself. This guy's here to enjoy himself. You're here to enjoy yourself. And then there's this guy that comes in that's just here to show everybody how tough he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, no, like this is not going to be a good experience for anybody, because you're going to go and you're going to beat up some kid who's green, and, you're going to think super highly of yourself and congratulations. And then some guy who's a veteran that, you don't even know that they've got skill is going to just destroy you. And it's going to be a bad
Mm-hmm.
experience for everybody. And it sucks. But
Yeah.
there are so many of those guys, especially in combat sports. Hey,
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot more.
Yeah.
Football, for sure. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. Combat sports is different because of like it is an ego driven sport.
It can be, but I've
Initially.
never got ego from
Yeah.
you.
No, but that the people who stay
Mm,
lose that, So it's like
that's why I
you
left,
get
man.
yeah,
I
you
left
get
because I got tired of all the egos.
yeah,
I couldn't deal with it anymore. That's why I left. I was like, I just can't. I
right.
can't deal with all the egos. I don't
And
wanna have to
and
deal with that.
that's tough too
Yeah.
because like
And that's on me. Maybe I could have been tougher. I don't know. But, like,
yeah,
for me, that was the thing that pushed me away from it for
right,
as long as it did, is I just got tired of dealing with all the egos that were getting thrown at. And I didn't wanna have to process all those other people's egos for them.
right.
And it sucked. And I also didn't realize how injured I was until I left the sport for a while,
Yeah.
um, until I healed. Like, I didn't realize how many injuries I had that I was just like, "Whatever, it's just is what it is.
Right.
I'll keep going." Um, but I certainly did afterwards. I was like, "Oh, man, like, I can move my elbow all the way again. That's weird. I must have really hurt that."
Mm,
Things like that, uh, I recovered afterwards. But yeah, it sucked, man. It really sucked to step away from the sport for that long. But I needed to. I had to. I had to go do something else
yeah.
and focus my energy elsewhere. Find
I
another
was
way.
like I know like I always was the person like laughing, having fun. I show up with pink gloves, beat up these ego driven guys with pink gloves on and just like the people that are like going hard because they're frustrated and you're beating them up by like touching them essentially. You're just
That was the
hitter.
hardest part, man.
And it's just like that is people aren't gonna like unless you can find some humility, you're not gonna stay.
Yeah.
And you beat up by the guy with the pink gloves. Who's
I was always trying to have fun.
right, you gotta have fun.
I was always there trying to be the lighthearted guy that was cracking
Yeah.
a joke or having fun and stuff like that. And sometimes people I guess it just rubbed them the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or I always get people who get mad at me for not pulling a punch or something like that. And it's like, dude, I'm pulling every one of them. Like, I'm
Right.
giving you like 25%. I can't help the fact that I'm a big ass dude,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So 25% for me is a lot different than 25% for somebody who weighs 100 pounds.
Right.
So I'm trying the best that I can, but like, I can't just stand here and let people tee off on me all the time. That's not really fair. One of my favorite guys to ever spar with was Travis Bruner,
Oh yeah.
because it's like you're getting hit with a cinder block
Yeah,
anytime that he tried to.
yeah. Yeah.
So, but it was like, I knew what was coming.
Right.
I never got mad at him for it. And I think vice versa. He never got mad if I connected on a good hit. But you learned a lot
Mm-hmm.
and everybody had fun. I still remember where I told him that the's no way he's earning a Slurpee off me.
Oh yeah.
He proceeded to just
The
beat the
tryouts.
shit out of me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. When Troy said he'd give anybody that, no, what is it? Troy told all
Drop
of them
with a
that
body shot.
if he drops somebody with a body shot, he'll give you a Slurpee.
Yeah.
And me being the big mouth that I was, there's no way you're getting a Slurpee off me. I didn't
Yeah.
drop, but fucking
Yeah.
got beat up pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
Coaching's fun. Boxing's fun. Yeah.
I love all that stuff. And it all translates into things like parenthood and
Definitely.
running a business even.
I find that even when, cause I've been doing lots of like other things too. You know, I help run a men's group. I go do a lot of community work on the reserves now.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of speaking, things like that. And I find myself, I'm always relating things to boxing, or like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's such a comparison to life. You know, it's like something like it's a one on one thing. Like you're dealing with the situation, and it's like, uh, what's your capacity to handle somebody coming at you, you know? And it's just like such a comparison to life. It's like, can you handle, can like you calm down this situation, or are you going to be as intense as the situation and fall apart or break down, or that fight or flight, just like a business transaction or parenting or an argument with your spouse. It's like,
Yeah.
it's given me such a capacity to handle all these things in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like even for myself, like I used to be a pretty quiet guy. I didn't really say much. Um, I didn't come out of my shell much. And I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and she said that she thinks it was, I don't know if she said it or if I said it, but I think I started to come out of my shell after I started martial arts, like Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu. And I think the reason why is like, man, if I can go and get punched in the face by somebody like Travis Bruner, there's not a lot that I should be concerned about in life.
Right.
You know, if you can go and, have all these guys who are great fighters throwing stuff at you and you're okay with it and you're comfortable, you're not actually scared, you're comfortable and you're okay. Um, there's not a lot that life can throw at you. Uh, there is still stuff for sure, but like
Right.
it makes everything else seem relatively mild by comparison. It made it so that I was far less concerned with what somebody else thought of me. And I was more capable of being my authentic self when I'm talking to somebody,
Mm,
and I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind
right.
or be genuine with somebody. A lot of people aren't,
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't comfortable being anything but the role that society or other people expect them to be. And so they just play a role. They don't ever get to be themselves.
Yeah.
Um, but martial arts allowed me to kind of get rid of all that fear and throw my affliction shirt in the garbage and move on.
that's that's awesome, man. Well, this is good. This is a nice catch up.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been yeah, you're honestly like a really like a really great person to know and to have, you know, to like watch what you're doing, to see what you're doing, how you're like maneuvering through life, you know, and you're
I'm on an adventure, buddy.
yeah, man. And you're creating your own path, you know, and that's
Thanks, man.
I find that a lot of our values are aligned, you
Yeah.
know, the big picture of everything, you know, and I like knowing you, you know. I'm
One of the things
grateful.
that I have always appreciated about you over the years, outside of combat sports, is you've never been shy to ask a question. When you didn't know something or whatever, you just ask.
Mhm.
And I value that. I value that and you're asking genuinely to like know an answer, right? Not just to be facetious. You're asking because you would like to know.
Mhm.
Um, and that's genuine and it's not common. And I appreciate that. That's an awesome characteristic. It's one of the things that I miss about my dad.
Mm.
That's one of the things that I really enjoyed about him in the short time that I got to know him was that he would just ask questions out of nowhere. He'd phone me and ask questions. What do you think? A lot of it was politically motivated, but he'd ask me what I thought about something.
Right.
This is happening in the world right now. What do you think of that? What's your take? And I miss that part of him. That person that would just call me out of the blue and ask me questions about something.
Mm.
Now I have to ask those questions myself and then answer them myself.
Yeah.
It's a little harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I value that about you. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I genuinely just understand how little I know.
Dude, none of us know a
And
whole lot.
yeah, and when I don't know or understand, I'm just like I know somebody who knows or like has some kind of idea, so I might as well ask. And I don't know, like I'm like I'm an idiot who's doing fine, So it's just like
We
I
all
just
are, man.
we all
We
are.
all are.
Yeah,
All of us know far less than we think we
definitely.
know. And there's so many people that know so much more than us that we can learn from.
Yeah.
I generally fear the day that my brain no longer can just absorb all of the stuff around me.
Right.
Like every day I'm still learning so much every single day. Will there come a time where the brain isn't absorbing all that information and learning? I don't know. I hope I never get there. I hope I can be one of those people that is still learning to the day that they die,
Yeah.
but you never know. Yeah.
Oh, it gives me the creeps. I'm just like, oh,
It's a crazy realization,
I
man.
know,
We're all
man.
gonna die. We are all gonna die.
Yeah.
So might as well enjoy this ride while we can. Yeah. And leave something for the generations coming behind us, hopefully. Yeah.
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 Awesome.
Okay, brother. Good
All right.
spot to end it.
Good place.